Boom! Just like that. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. So glad you could attend. Come inside. Come inside. Let's bring on the bandits. Yeah. Boom! Just like that. That's right. Ears. Turn on your mic.
There we are.
Yeah, there it is. Now we got it. Hi, Joy. Hi, Glenn.
How's it going?
It's good to see. Yeah, it's going fine. Yeah, we're having fun. And how about you guys? Everything going all right?
Yeah.
Great.
Insanity.
Yeah, it's a little bit insane. And there's a possible guest on today. I can't say who because I don't want to get everybody all excited, but I think we might have a guest today. If not, then okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where I might be there, and we'll see what happens. And you'll know this person when you see him, I think. If you've, well, I don't want to give that away. So, yeah, let's see who we got here this morning. We got how do you pronounce Masakan Baypak channel? Hello. Well, welcome. Hello and welcome.
Welcome.
He's been in here before. And we got the stacker here. And we got Douglas. Hey, Douglas.
Hi,
how are
Douglas.
you, man?
Hi.
That's awesome. And he put your link in there.
Yeah, thanks, Douglas.
Great.
Yeah.
And let's see, new comments. Let's see here. There we go. And hey, Joy.
Hi again.
Yeah. It's hey, Krista, how you doing? Good to
Hi,
see
Krista.
you.
Hi.
Yeah, we're gonna just get rolling with whatever. Right around 12:30, we usually get into looking up some storage units for everybody. And I think one person we need to find one for is me. I have zip, zilch, nothing right now. Zip. I'm in one of those dry periods. You know what I mean? Where you don't have anything. I don't have a specific target right now. And I just sold most of my merch the other day.
I seen. That was a big score.
Yeah, I had all those books. I had a chance just to sell them all in one fell swoop. So I let Jay take them for $360. And so I ended up getting $500 for those books.
Nice.
In a $200 locker, and I've still got a $2,000 Trek Fuel 8 bike out there from that unit.
Oh yeah.
So that was one of those kind.
I seen your briefcase.
Yeah, well, I was going to turn that into, there's still this magic trick you can do, and I tell people to do it while they can because it won't be able to do this much longer. But you can, at this point in history, you can take paper and turn it to gold.
Paper?
You can still do it. I don't know how long that's going to be going on, with the petrol dollar not being accepted for petrol anymore. So be careful with, I don't know. Everybody's got their own finances to watch out for, and that's what I do. I use gold as a hedge to the whole crap,
That's really smart.
I mean, that's the only thing I know enough about it to just be dangerous,
I like that.
I'm not a financial advisor. I just know what works for me.
Right. Well, I hope you get a locker soon with lots of gold in it.
Thank you, Joy. I don't know. How about you guys? Between buys, or are you looking to buy anything right now? Or
we're looking, but right now it's been
nothing but crap.
Yeah,
seriously crap.
So that's why we've been outsourcing at thrift stores and yard sales to kind of have some content to put on YouTube.
Yeah.
But hopefully soon.
Yeah, I find that I get like storage auction withdrawal after about 4 days of nothing. It's like, come on, I got to get at least have a target to get excited about.
I know.
And I've got zip, zilch, nothing.
Like that. Nothing.
Yeah, zip, Yeah, there's Christus. Yeah, yeah. Doug's putting links in. I love it, Douglas. Thank you.
That's so nice, Douglas. Thank you.
It is. He's doing a great job, man.
Yeah,
He is.
we've been doing pretty good with the thrift hauls as far as picking stuff up and being able to get it sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gives you some good filler, you know, and to be able to do that in between your storage auctions and stuff, because many people in our community, that's how they source.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you're going to have plenty of people that want to watch your stuff on that too. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, and we're making a good profit off of it. I mean,
And
Yeah,
that's important too. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're spending, you know, sometimes $75, $150 and making, you know,
Triple.
$400, $500.
Some of those flips you all made were great, man.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm really excited about it.
I liked your little auction you had on last time. Your
the little there's a thing that I was trying to help YouTubers out.
yeah.
Guys, no, I'm trying to help YouTubers out that sell on online auctions on their channel.
Yeah.
And what really screws people up is if they get an item on there, nobody wants it, and then they bring it out again, nobody's gonna want it. So what do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I made a video about. And
I
hopefully
like
it helped, because I'm not advocating that be done with all your, just like a certain piece to make an example of. You need to move it. Nobody
you're right
wants it. It's like you bring it up again, you're trying to jam it down somebody's throat. No, they don't want it.
I know. I've seen that.
Well, that's why we have to go through every now and then in our garage and start looking at stuff. And if we've had it for more than 6 months, we just either donate it or throw it away.
Yeah, I mean, if it's worth donating, then I suggest donating it, you know, but, you know, every now and then you can make an example of crap.
Yeah.
Because you got to be entertaining in this whole thing. You know, people want to, if they're going to watch your stuff, I mean, I know what I like. I like to laugh.
Yeah.
It's great for your health. It's fun.
I love it.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute. Let me get caught up here. I'm falling behind again. Oh, here we go. Hey, we have a mystery guest here today. Let me get down to him here real quick. I'm going to go ahead and bring him on. This is too good. This is too good. Do you guys know Brando Marlin?
No, I don't.
I'm going to give you a hint. Have you ever watched Storage Hunters?
Storage Hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I have. Well, welcome in, Brando.
I'm going to give you a link in the chat. Come aboard, because I think people are going to be excited to see you, sir.
Yeah. I think we sub to his channel.
There it is. Okay, now he's rebranded himself. We'll let him come in and do the talking here on that. Let me get back to where I was. Yes, where was I've lost my way.
Yeah, he's the Vegas guy.
Yeah, he was storage hunter.
Yeah, I remember.
I believe he is in Vegas.
They did that East Coast, West Coast thing. Remember that?
Yeah, and I really regretted not getting involved with that, because, well, I just couldn't get across the whole freaking country.
Right.
You know, I mean, I'm a little bit older. My wife's here, and I just couldn't do it, and it really set me back. But I watched every bit of it.
Yeah, I watched it too. But hey,
Kathy,
you're doing good.
I'm sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, you haven't missed a beat. We've watched you from the get-go.
Same here. I've watched you guys from your very first few videos, and been watching you ever since.
Oh, thank you, Mark. You're so kind.
Hey, Brando. Hey, hit that link in there, buddy. And I'll bring you on the show, because we talked about it in one of his videos the other day. He asked if I'd want to do a live sometime. So I said, yeah, I said, come by Sunday on Storage Insanity and I'll drop you a link and you can come on. So hopefully he will come on, and maybe I'll pin it. That's what I'll do. Maybe he can find it better that way. If I go to, let me do this. So I go here.
In the meantime, does anyone have any plans for 4th of July? Put it in the chat. Just curious.
Good idea, Joy. Yeah. All right, Brandon. I put that link. It's pinned to the top of the chat, so you can find it. If you decide you want to come in, sir, you just do that. Meanwhile, we're gonna go through this like we're killing snakes. Yeah. Let's see. I've lost my way again because that's what I do. I get lost when I do chats. I think that happens to a lot of us.
Krista said she needs lessons from you so she can get more laughs out of her video.
Krista, I think I know. During one of your sales, just let her rip. And then take it from there. Use your own creativity of how you want to run your channel, but humor goes a long way, and that's my opinion now.
Yeah.
It's not the gospel.
I love it.
And let's see, there's Douglas again, and there's Kathy. Hey, Jen, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. Yeah, we're gonna help people find some money.
That's
right.
Good.
Hey, Jen, there's Kathy. Yeah, Kathy, she's put out a new video. I haven't watched it yet, but I got to get over and watch it. She gets in them dumpsters and finds all kind of goodies, man.
Right. Oh, I know. I like her channel. It's really entertaining. She's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Save the hard goods, not the paper. There's many ways to look at that. Yes. Working and calming my cats during. Oh, yeah. Last night, Douglas was so upset. He was hiding under the bed and everything because fireworks were going off around the neighborhood here.
Yeah. Poor baby.
Yeah. Oh, hey, that's cool, Brandon. Yeah. Anytime you feel, whenever you're ready, just pop on. We can't wait to see you. I feel like I know you already anyway, because I've been watching you for years.
Right.
And
I know.
when those shows came out, that's actually how I got involved in buying storage units. I didn't really know about it all.
Same here.
Yeah. That kind of blew the lid off the whole thing. I'm sure some of the original buyers hated that show because it sent a flood of people out and their prices went up.
Oh,
but it's already too late now. The cat's out of the bag on this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we help people that want to, delve in it, find some units in their area. And that's part of what we do on the show here is we help. We'll look up some storage units for them, and try to get them started in another way they can make money if they run into hard times or if they just want to make a few extra bucks to go on vacation or they want to find a new hobby or whatever. There's many ways to do this.
I agree. And it's not for everybody, but the ones that are serious, this is really helpful to show them what to look for, what not to,
Yeah, what to avoid, like manager specials. I mean, a lot of newbies won't know about manager specials and they'll look at it. Oh, yeah. No, you don't want to get a manager special unless there's something in that unit you want yourself or you can sell for them. That's right.
Yeah, that is a big tip.
And Super Spar. I'm planning on working on my last 3 locker purchases. I need to get my stuff. Yeah. Hey, let us know anything. Type in anything you want about that, or just let us know how all that goes. We like to hear all that.
Sure.
Stacker. I'm not sure why she's laughing, but I don't care because I just like laughing. And here we got Sonny. Hey, Sonny, how you doing, sir?
Good morning.
He's got him
Sonny.
a good channel. He's a reseller. He does live streams.
Nice.
Yes. And Masakan Baypak channel. Hello, everyone. Hey, glad you're here. Very happy you're here. And Kathy and Jen and Kathy and Sonny and Douglas. Yeah. Yeah, here in a little while, we're going to do some storage units for people. And hopefully we'll be talking to Brandon here for too long and hear his perspective on things, because he's got a different perspective than all of us, because he's been on one of the big shows.
Oh, yeah.
And that's something I would have loved to have done if they had that here in my area. I would have loved to have done that. My God, that would be exciting.
You know, you would have been really good at it.
I think so, because I love doing it. And, you know,
I know. And you're a character.
And I'm competitive, you know, and I mean, if people are bidding and I'm like, there's a unit I want, oh, Lord. It goes back to my bowling days, I guess, because I bowled against people and
yeah,
I don't know. Let's see.
You ever
we're dog parking here. What'd you say, Joy? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just wondering.
Do
you ever bowl anymore?
Well,
like on a
out in the backyard, I bowled against some furniture.
Oh, yeah. I like when you do that.
I did some furniture bowling, and I went on the roof about a year ago and threw a bowling ball through a piece of crap.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Mark, you be careful.
Yeah. No pain, no gain, right?
Poor Julie. Julie's probably going nuts.
Well, she filmed it.
I know.
Oh my God! Let me see. Oh yeah, I lost my way again. Here we go. Hey, I've got to get caught up in the chat again. This is great when you get behind. That means a lot of people are here typing.
Yeah.
Nice. Welcome everybody. This is fun.
There I am. Okay, we're dog parking here. Yeah, and or if they just want gas. Yeah, sometimes if you just need get rid of it. I don't know why I said that.
Okay.
Manager specials are a waste of time and money. Well, Super Spar they are. I don't think I've ever bought one.
No.
I did see one time that had something I liked in it, but there was a bunch of crap in there, and I decided I didn't want to go because I knew there wasn't going to be anything in there. And to me, the exciting part about a storage unit is the stuff you cannot see.
Right. I know. I love that. The treasure hunt. Are you kidding?
Yes. Yeah. That is the reason I buy storage units, is for the stuff you cannot see.
That's
I know. We love it.
You don't know what you're going to open up.
It's like Christmas time.
It is. It's so much fun. God, I love it.
It's addictive, isn't it?
It's so addictive.
Yeah, that's why I want to help people, get that feeling and, find another way that they can survive in this world. There's ways you can make money that you hadn't thought about. You might be right down the street from a sale you don't know about.
That's
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Super Spar says, I don't make YouTube videos of my locker finds. However, I've punched over 100 of them and purchased, I guess, in the last 5 years. It's how I pay for my vacations. I call it my mental illness. Hey, yeah, but you know what? Sometimes you ought to videotape one and put it up just the same. You don't have to put your face in it if you don't want to.
No.
But if you do it for a while, you'll do it in it. You'll end up doing it, and you'll just go all out, because this stuff's addictive too. I love the YouTube communities.
Oh, everyone is so nice. I love the community. It's awesome.
Yeah, everybody's got one thing in common in our community. They all sell stuff, and we like to know what they're selling and what's moving and how much they're getting, and you can learn a lot.
Oh, I do. My jewelry addiction. I love that channel. I'm addicted to her channel.
I'm addicted to jewelry, especially when it's in precious metals. And there's Craig the Land Shark, man. How you doing, sir? Larry wakes him up every morning. He gets upset with Larry. He's Larry starts up with his live at 6:30 in the morning.
I know.
He got his phone there. And there's Larry's boom, bum, 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 music coming out.
That's
good.
cool.
Larry, you woke me up again.
Well, hey, Lamb
Hell, Larry's
Shop.
cost me 2 keyboards, Joy. You saw that.
Larry,
2 of them now.
Larry, come on.
Gotta get Larry back on.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. I've been busting his on it for a while now, and he at least came into the chat a week or so ago. So he's getting closer.
Yeah, he's probably a little bit, not afraid, but he's like, I seen his expression. He wasn't amused on something.
Well, with that time, all right. And so everybody, maybe Brandon can see this. Hopefully this won't scare him off, but we have a lot of fun on this show, Brandon. And I want to show you what some of the crazy crap we do. And plus, this will explain what I'm talking about with the keyboard. I was trying to get Larry to help me with my keyboard. You know, the one that I slammed a pie in my face 2 weeks ago. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I got freaking pie in it, dude. And all of a sudden my keys were sticking. And Larry's saying, well, just pull the keys out. Well, I was trying to get the keys out of this thing. And here it is. You see this? And then this key, it flew out. And then my cats were batting it around. Daggone thing. There. How about that? Now look at what you've done. So now look at what he did.
He tried it.
Larry, damn it. Now you made me break my keyboard. Now look at what you've done.
Jennifer thought she said she thought you were going to take your eye out.
Why would I do that? I got 4 of them. I'm not going to give up one of them. So that explains the keyboard.
Yeah. So Larry did that.
He did. He told me to pull the keys out. And then they started flying around. My cat was batting them around the room. I'm like, this is toast. Yeah, he did that.
Oh, that's funny.
Just ridiculous.
That brings back some of people are going to have to go back to your other videos because I've seen you do that a couple of times.
Well, here's so we'll get Brandon up to snuff here, so he'll want to come on and be a part of this. Here, watch this. Now, this is Larry, the guy we're talking about. We got to sing a song to this.
Why?
Come on, baby, follow me. I'm the pot.
I'm the pot. I'm the pot. I'm the pot.
Oh, no, you did it. No. Oh, my God. Oh, there you go.
What were you going to do today, Larry?
I'm going to take a nap.
I love it.
Oh, Larry, that's nothing, man. Put that pie.
No.
Oh, look at me. Look at this.
That's what that's you.
Look,
That's you.
I know, but you need to look like this.
I don't really know if I want to do this, but okay.
Oh, yes. Oh, whoa. Yes. Oh, whoa. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, whoa. Oh,
Yes. Oh,
whoa.
Oh,
Oh, oh. Oh,
yes. Oh,
oh. Yes. Yes. Yes.
yes. Oh,
oh.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking about right there.
that
that
was
was-
so much fun. You're so
That was
crazy.
Storage Insanity Classic right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Kathy said, dang, I missed that one.
That's why Larry hasn't been back.
It could be. He's like, what are they going to do to me this time?
I
I
know.
figure he'll come back because he broke another one of my keyboards, and he'll feel sorry for me, and he'll come back and he'll make up for it. We'll see.
I hope come back, Larry.
I'm Groovy Craig. Kathy says, I'm Groovy Craig. Thank you. How are you and the family doing? Yeah, I like this community, man.
They're
Everybody's
so nice.
asking nice things.
I love it. I love it.
Craig saying hashtag Mark's fault. Yep. Yep. Kathy has a farting laughing face going there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that is. And the cat. Here we go. Jen, she says, you were saying if you want to make money for vacation, and I was saying just to have money for gas. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you can do whatever, you know.
Yeah.
There's no set way to do this.
No.
Dubia roaches. He or she sells roaches.
What?
I think in that roaches, there's two roaches. You got the kind that crawls around, and then you got the kind at the end of certain cigarettes.
Exactly.
So I don't know which. I mean, I guess it depends on where you're at, where you can sell them or not.
Yeah.
But I guess you could sell regular roaches anywhere, but you could use them for fishing, I reckon.
Yeah. What? That's
I bought a
different.
storage unit one time, and I had all you need right there. That's right. They fed on the bed bugs.
Oh.
That's the one thing in a storage unit you don't want to find. I'd rather find a dead, rotting body than bed bugs.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we've been
at
really
least that
lucky.
way you just call the police and you're done. With the bed bugs, you may not be.
Yeah, we haven't had any bad luck with that.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Exactly.
I quit bringing stuff straight into the house, and then everything has like a holding area first where it can all be fully inspected first. Then we bring it into the house if we want to.
That's what we do too.
Yeah, it's smart because I'd say bed bugs have cost us at least $2,000, probably more than that.
Oh no.
Yeah, it happens, you know. But see, it's not so bad if you're a storage auction buyer because you can replace furniture real easy.
Sure.
It just sucks, and there's a lot of work involved, and you got to tear up stuff. The cats get upset; they don't like change.
Hey.
Oh, this is a terrible topic. I'm going to change it. I don't like bed bugs. Jazzy's Junk. Hey, welcome. Glad you're here. And she said, he or she says, hi, everyone. Douglas Horrors told me about your channel. And so it's my first time. Well, thank you for coming in. I hope you have a good time. We're going to help people find storage units if they want in their area. We're going to look them up here in a little bit. We're going to do that.
I like your name, Jazzy's Junk.
That
Cool.
does sound jazzy. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's getting some nice welcomes. Isn't that great?
Yeah, of course.
Hello, everyone. Love you. Yeah, isn't that great, man? I love this.
Love. Mwah.
I love it.
I do too.
Look at that. Who doesn't love watching Mark break shit?
I love it personally.
Well, Kathy, in your honor, I'm going to show you something here. And let me get it so I can kind of be in flow here. But I was trying to help YouTube auctioners, you know, on your channel when you sell stuff, and you're selling stuff that nobody wants it. So I have some advice for that. And if this ever happens to you and you get 0 bids, this is your alternative.
Yeah.
You guys, if on YouTube, you all know there's plenty of auctions going on. YouTube auctions, they're free right now. And other sites like Whatnot and eBay are kind of trying to butt in and get in on the action and charge a little fee there, I'm sure. So I've noticed some people selling stuff on YouTube, and there's a lot of things that get 0 bids. But what I'm saying, here's what you do. I'm going to give you an example of what you can do to where you're going to move all the stuff. So what you do, let's say you put up this real nice cup. This is a royal something or other bull crap. No, it's a nice one. All right. And you say, well, starting bid is $1. And they look and well, what happens? Then nobody bids. You just go, okay, let's go to the next item. So, right? Am I right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Sometimes
That's right.
sometimes it's easier to get rid of when you break it.
You got to move this stuff, or it's kind of like a toilet when it gets clogged up. What do you get? The whole floor full of shit. Excuse my language, but that's the truth.
Oh my God.
They don't call it a death pile for nothing.
Yeah.
True. True.
Yeah. Okay, here's a really good question right here, and I think this is a good question. Super Spar says, have any of you ever purchased a setup locker? I've only been bitten once, but it was a $500. Yes, I have. I have, and it pissed me off big time. I went up to an auction up in Indiana. I don't go to a lot of auctions in Indiana, and I'm probably never going up to do another one there. But anyway, I bought 2 lockers this one day, and there was like 100 people there. So you can see I didn't get them cheap.
Right.
They had this one unit that I had to have. So I bid and I got it. I don't even remember what I paid for it. At this point, it doesn't matter. I'm just pissed, okay? It was full of nice boxes. There was a toolbox. There was decent, what I thought was decent things, but they staked that sucker. I started getting into the boxes. Lots of empty boxes, just stacked up, empty. Some of them full of trash. Toolbox full of junk. It was horrible. I even have a clip from that same day. I was so mad that I made this. It might take me just a second to find it. But I was so mad. And I was with two other YouTubers that day. I was with Jay Smooth and Icy Profits.
Wow.
And Hunter Icy bought a locker that day, and it was crap. And the other locker I bought, crap. Let me find it.
That's a bad day.
Oh, it was a really bad day. I got to find this clip.
Yeah.
If I don't find this clip, it's going to be come on. I got so many of these. Here it is.
Okay.
This can happen to anybody, an experienced buyer, a new buyer. When you get into a unit and you're banking on what doesn't show, this can happen. Look at this. Look at this. Hey, look at this crap. See that? That's what I'm talking about. Look at this. Now look at the mess. You see what I'm talking about here? We got a freaking mess. That's great. That's great. That didn't really do it justice. That was just me I was mad right then when I made that. Because everything we spent probably collectively about $700. And I don't think there was $100 worth of stuff.
I know.
And all 3 of them put together. So
Hey,
that was a good question, Super Spar. That sucked. And I know how people feel when that happens to them.
So do I.
Krista's wanting to know what basically what a manager special is, or who sets up the lockers for a manager special.
Yeah, a manager special, Chris, it can be like an accumulation of stuff that people have just left behind, or stuff the manager had and just threw it all in a locker and just sold it as a manager special. It's not a lien sale where somebody just quit paying. It's just stuff that they threw in there. Then the only thing you're going to want to bid on, if you do, and I don't even suggest bidding on it, is what you see, because there's not going to be anything in there because the manager's already been through it, and they admit it. It's a manager special.
Yeah.
So
It's a
that's what it
collective.
is. So if you're trying to find hidden treasures, don't buy a manager special.
No.
And then Tino Hollywood Resellers asking what's the longest you have to get a locker, get it cleared out?
Well, you can negotiate that, but most of the time they give you 2, 3, or 4 days. If you know the manager, you can get up to a week. And if you can't get it done in that period of time, you can rent the unit in like 90% of the facilities.
Yeah.
All you got to do is ask. And if it's your first locker there, you can usually get a good rate.
Yeah.
Or if you need a little more time, you can rent the locker. If you need
Yeah, that's what you do. And that's the best. I did. I've done that several times. And that one locker I found in January that had $10,000 in gold and silver jewelry in it.
Yeah.
I rented it for a month, and that was, I got to make so many videos in that locker and
I remember.
jewelry boxes. They were all good.
They were. I remember that. That was awesome.
I'm still looking for that unit again. I got to find it again. There's another one out there somewhere.
There is.
Yeah. You got to find them, though. You got to get out there and find them. So that's why I get so excited buying these things.
Same here.
Horizon.
Hey.
Horizon.
There we
Kitchen
go.
Run.
I've got a surprise for everybody. Mr. Brandon.
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
How are you doing, sir? You probably
Good.
like, oh my God, what am I getting myself into here?
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound
Awesome.
good, man.
Awesome. Okay.
You in Vegas?
Yeah, I'm in outskirts of Vegas, but yeah, Vegas.
Yeah,
It is hot out here, let me tell you.
I bet.
I bet. I
Mm.
feel like I know you, sir, because I've been watching you for years. And
No, I watch all your videos. I watch all you guys' videos. Yeah,
Aw,
great, man.
Yeah.
kind.
yeah.
Something I always wanted to ask you, though, and how did you ever get around to getting on the show like Storage Hunters? How did that come down where you got on that show?
I'll tell you a funny story. I was at a storage auction and I hit the biggest find of anybody. I basically bought a bin before the show started. It was a bin full of file cabinets, and inside it, people thought it was just files. It ended up being all the negatives from Woodstock that nobody had ever seen. Yeah. And so
Wow.
Dave Hester and all these guys from all these storage shows were there. They laughed at me. You know, I spent $25 up in Tehachapi, California. Ended up having to go back down there 3 or 4 trips and started looking in there, and it was all these amazing negatives from Big Sur and Woodstock. And then so I went to the next auction the next day. I saw a bunch of guys in dress suits, and you know, we all do this. We don't usually wear a tie and a dress suit to an auction.
Right.
As I got there, I knew something wasn't right. And ironically, it was just one of those days. I'm not a violent person by any means, but one of the other shows, Auction Hunters, the first one, which is with Val Half and Ton, he was there, and he got very upset that I had outbid him on a unit. And he ended up throwing a lock at my head. And they loved they loved the connection, so I threw a lock back in his head. And the rest is history. You know, they said, "Come on down, try out for the show." And they said, "You want to be a star?" I says, "Oh, yeah, I guess, and why not?" You know, when they said that, I was new to California, and ironically, I thought, you know, what am I getting myself into? You know, there's a lot of shady stuff going on, and it ended up being the shows ended up manifesting over about a year or so, because we filmed for a year until they actually accepted the first product, and then that's when you guys saw them on TV.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I always called Storage Hunters the Jerry Springer of storage auction show.
That was never my intention to have it go. That was never my intention to have it go that way. But you know, they had this idea in mind. They didn't want to make it too much like the other one on A&E, and so the only way they could really do it was to kind of go a little more raw, guerrilla style. So yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and it was
I
great.
appreciate it.
There is one episode that I'm sure you remember, and I never got to see, that had Mike, Storage Auction Pirate, on it.
Yes, 2 of them. Yeah, he was on 2 of those. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Is there anywhere on YouTube or anywhere on the internet that could be viewed?
Here's the funniest thing about that is there's not. You can buy them on YouTube. They make you buy them. Myself, I've never actually had privilege to do that catalog for free. Anything I've ever seen of myself or anything on those shows, I've always had to pay for. Believe it or not. Yeah.
I've always wanted to watch that one. I never did get to watch
I've actually looked for Pirate a couple times. He's reached out to me and said, "Do you have that catalog?" And I've gone. There's been so many of them made that I can go through them and be like 120 something of them. But I've looked skimmingly, but you can only see a preview of it without buying it. So, yeah. But he was on two of them. Yeah, yeah.
I've noticed, Brandon, you've gotten a lot of really good lockers lately, and the one that
Lately.
really entertained the hell out of me. Okay,
Lately, right?
you found there was a unit. You found a water bottle. Okay.
Yeah.
Now in that unit, with this
Yep.
water bottle, by the way, was full of money.
It was,
Like,
yes. That was
$100
all luck.
Wow.
Yeah, it was all luck.
Nice.
And he found I don't remember the caliber of gun in there, but he found this gun, some ammo.
Yep.
And he took this out to the desert. Okay. This water bottle had all this money in a creative way, which I enjoyed the hell out of this. He sat it up, took the weapon he had just found, boom, blew his way into that bottle.
I love that. That is awesome.
You know, I probably could have done other ways to do it, but I figured why not. There's a funny story behind that, believe it or not, is that I live relatively close to the California state line. And so out in the desert where I went, it's about 5 miles from the border of California. In order to get there, you have to make a U-turn at state line. Well, I had the gun in the car, and I have a CCW, so that's fine. But of course, California doesn't recognize the CCW, so I got pulled over. And you know where the story goes, right?
Yeah.
About 4 hours of detainment and bureaucracy and all that good stuff. And I was allowed to come back around finally, but I was told never to bring that weapon in again. And I had it locked up in a case and everything. So,
Man.
Wow.
That's just ridiculous, man. You know what?
I know. Yeah.
Because here in Kentucky, we don't even have to have a permit to carry. It's constitutional carry.
Exactly.
And that's the way the Constitution intended it.
Yeah. Well, but the same thing goes, though, Mark, is that when I was driving up from Oklahoma to Vegas back out, New Mexico, much like California, you get caught out there with anything, you got a long ride through that state before you get out of there until you get to Arizona, which I love, but
Yeah.
So,
Man, that's horrible, man. Hey, if anybody in the chat here has got any questions for Brandon, and you all are any storage hunters or storage wars fan, he will have a very interesting perspective on this stuff. And I'm excited to have Brandon here.
I'm excited to be here.
About that.
I watch all you guys, and I watch the way you do these storage units and how you kind of size them up. I think it's a great concept. I love it. The problem we've had out here in Vegas is, I'm sure this comes as no surprise to anybody, is I've been very lucky with the last 3 or 4 units, but in general out here, it's a desolate city. People think it's a rich city. It's a city of desperation. So I get lucky sometimes, which I have. I'm very blessed for that. But more so than not, generally it's not like that out here. You guys have a very good, market out where you guys are at. But out here, it's 1 out of 1,000 that you get lucky on. So
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
So-
that's interesting.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever found, Brandon?
Jeez. Oh, geez. Well, typical stuff that we all find, of course, in units. But probably the weirdest thing is, it's just too many to mention. I'll tell you because I can say it now. Years ago, when they were doing the shows, I actually hit into a unit. I don't know if you guys remember Mr. Bojangles, the actor from Annie. I think it was Annie. And found a lot of questionable pictures of him, which I never knew. Yeah, and of course, I was a fan of,
You mean like X-rated?
I mean, so yeah, not with
Mr. Bojangles.
So yeah, I'm not gonna touch that one, but yeah,
I hear you.
yeah.
You know what? It's nice meeting you, Brandon. I'll probably
It's great to meet you guys.
it's
great to meet you guys.
But Glenn's going to be here. So, Mark.
We don't have a wrench that are talking about. Super Spar doesn't have a wrench. Hang on. I'm sorry, Brandon. I got to.
So you're good. Take your time.
Make sure that everybody that comes on our channel that we know gets a wrench. I kind of call it a free membership card.
Right.
And here's Jazzy's junk. That's the one. Okay, I'm going to add. That's your free membership card to the Storage Insanity Stacker channel right there. Yeah. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions about storage auctions for our man Brandon? I'm sure he's got some really interesting. I can tell you one thing that I bought about a year ago that probably is one of the more interesting things I bought was a life-size statue of Muhammad Ali.
That's got to be great. That's got to be
Yeah, I
great.
put a video up about it, and I paid $600 for it, and it was the only thing in the unit other than the little heavy duty little four-wheeler that he was wheeled in on.
Right.
And then I had him for about 2 months. I didn't realize what I got into at first. I couldn't even tilt it. It was
Right.
that heavy. So I rented the unit for one month, I think, and I put an ad up. So I thought I'm just going to sell it right out of the unit. And this guy that bought it, he came out and he paid me $1,200, what I asked for it. So I doubled my money on it. He was going to keep it for a while and just have it, but then he was going to donate it to a Black History Museum in Louisville. So that thing I'm not sure if it's there yet, but he's going to donate it to that museum and just take the tax break on it.
Right, tax write-off.
That was one of my more interesting buys. But I target is like vintage antique units. I find that is where I can find the gold jewelry, and that's my number one target.
Right.
And I found one in January that was, well, you might have seen my video. I found it was 13 different jewelry boxes. It just kept coming in.
That's the unit everybody wants.
That's the sick one that they're very rare. You know, I've never found one quite like that before. That was the best I've ever found in regards to that, to jewelry.
You know, it's funny out here. We get a lot of gold, but I swear to you on this, the last 35, 40 units I've done, I've found 14K, maybe 25 of them, but it's always been fake. Man. You know, stamp 14, but it's fake. Yeah. So
yeah, I'm thinking about doing a video about that, showing people that just because a piece of jewelry stamped 14K or 10K doesn't mean it's real, and just because it doesn't have a stamp doesn't mean it's not gold.
Correct. Exactly. Don't throw it away. Exactly. Yeah.
And your best tool to check it with, just take a magnet.
Yep. Yeah.
Like if you find a whole bunch of jewelry, stick your magnet in all that jewelry. Everything that comes out is crap. Okay. Stick that in your costume jewelry. Everything that sticks to a magnet straight into the costume. That doesn't mean it's not worth anything.
Right.
It just means it's not gold or silver.
Exactly. But even the magnet, you know, is just the first step, as you know. Then you got to obviously go the next step from there, and you know, get a gold testing kit, you know, or a precious metal testing kit, and then of course you go from there. But at least it keep you on the right side when they try to screw you at the pawn shop or wherever you take it to, you know, when they tell you it's not real or something like that. So so,
I'm the pawn shop. I'm the one that buys all this.
Right.
So, I mean, what you do, you got to get these 10K, 14K, all these acid, little bottles of acid, and you got to test it with that. That's what I do anyway. And you got to make sure that you scrape that gold past what could be the plated
first
line.
layer. Yeah.
Yes, you got to get through that plate, and just in case it is plated.
What are you guys getting for gold out there? Well, I know Glenn or Mark, what are they paying for scrap 14 right now?
I don't know. I've never sold it. I only buy it.
Really?
But what I do, I take the spot price.
Yeah.
I just pay spot. I pay straight up spot because I know daggone well what it's going to do. And I'm not a financial advisor, and I have no credentials to do that, but I can tell people what I do. Right. I buy all the gold I can because there's a magic trick you can do right now, Brandon.
Yeah.
You can turn paper into gold right now, and you're not going to be able to do that much longer. That's my opinion.
That is correct. It's $7 a gallon. Keep going. So
they're trying to wreck the economy right now because they want to usher in what they call a great reset.
Mm-hmm.
The other side, the white hat side, is trying to usher in the Jasara, which is a gold-backed system, which is already taking place around the world in several countries, and it's going to win out. But you're seeing it here. What's going on? We're in a struggle for our sovereignty right now because we had our president taken out by a coup, and a lot of people don't understand that. And they watch the mainstream news and they think that's reality when that's all pantomime and propaganda.
You know, the worst part about out here, like you say, that is that we're looking at $8.50 a gallon within the next 2 months out here in Vegas.
It's getting that close here. It's getting that way here too in California.
Are you you're California, Glenn? Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, I was down there a month ago. Yeah.
Well, we're about 2 hours north of Los Angeles.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was down to Santa Cruz, San Fernando most of my life, a lot of my life, and even down there when I was $6.90 a gallon, $6.99 a gallon thereabouts. So even with a small car, you're still looking at filling up at about $130. So
Oh yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I
yeah. There's
always
no
tell
side
people,
net.
man, I'm like, 2 years ago, gas was $1.87 a gallon. What happened?
Yeah.
A big rhetorical question, right? I
Yeah,
try to
right.
drop truth bombs all the time. It's probably why my sub
Yeah.
count is slow and growing, because I just say what I think. And a lot
Yeah.
of times on YouTube, you got to play the line, you got to play the company line.
Yeah.
Well, I can't really do that, Brandon.
Right.
I just can't.
I get it. I love it. I get it. No, I totally get it. It's tough, and I mean, you guys know how it is when you go out to these. A lot of the people that are on here, they buy the storage unit auctions. If you go out to the storage unit auctions, just to get down 30 miles out with a truck and trailer or whatever, even just a van or whatever you're using, is going to be an extra $150 during the hole before you get there. With the gas prices. So
yeah.
And it's
But-
not just about the gas, because when
Yeah.
you raise the price of the gas, you're raising the price of the food, because the truckers give everybody the stuff they need in their areas.
Yeah.
And so you're
Yeah.
raising the price on food and everything. It's an economy killer.
It is. That $8.50 a gallon scares me the next month and a half. We'll see what happens. I do a lot of box trucks. So just to fill up a box truck to go to and from 3 times the dump might run me $500.
Yeah.
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 So I got to
And
find
then-
$500 worth of stuff before I can get in there.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I made this short little clip I want to show you, and it's already behind in the times. Check this out.
All right, well, 2 years ago we had cheap gas. What went wrong? Say hello to this very heavy Peppy the Frog.
I tell you what.
That's a deep thing about Peppy the Frog, Brandon.
You know what? I jumped up and down the other day at Sam's Club. I got gas for $5.91, and I jumped up and down.
You got a
Oh my
deal.
God.
I waited an hour to get it. Yeah. Everywhere else is $7 almost. Yeah. So.
Good grief.
Yeah, we're hitting $8 a gallon here.
I heard that. I heard down by the airport, down by LAX. I heard somebody say it was almost 9 something a gallon down by the airport. Yeah. So.
Good God, man.
Yeah. Crazy.
And it's not just that, it's the price of food and everything else too.
Yeah, a loaf of bread is running. Even at Sam's Club, a loaf of bread will run you 2 for $6 right now out here, where it used to be 2 for $4. We get the 2 loaves. But if you go to the regular store, it's going to run you $4 a loaf. Milk is $5 a gallon, stuff like that.
Well, yeah, we were paying $3 for a gallon of milk, and I think it's over $5 a gallon now.
Yeah, exactly. Same here. Yeah, your prices generally they seem to match our prices and vice versa. Even the housing market out here. I have a property not far from where I could have got 18 back 2 years ago. Now I can get as much as 3,000. Here's the problem: I can't find somebody willing to pay 3,000. I can't find somebody worthy that's going to pay it. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, So, yeah.
Yeah, it's just terrible what's going on, man. This whole thing about, I don't really like to get into the C word on here, but the whole thing was devised so they could go to the paper ballots, and that's why I never got into wearing the stupid jock strap on my face. I refuse to do it because it's stupid.
Well, I did diving years ago, right? I don't want to get political or anything, but I did diving years ago, and this is not meant to be political, but all you got to do to research anything within what CO2 does to you when you breathe it back in, it's deadly.
It is.
Yeah.
They want
And I'll
I think
leave it
they
at
want
that.
people to get dumbed down, and it's kind of like why they went with Common Core, to dumb people down, man. It's
Well,
kind of like
the funny
been a
thing
long
is-
time they've been doing this to people.
Not that I base anything off of Harvard research, and I'll stay completely non-political after this, but not that I do anything with Harvard research. But they did do a research study about a month ago, and they said that they actually started testing random people's oxygen saturation levels. And what they said was an old person at 98 before this whole thing with you're saying the mask are now down to 96, 95 on the average because of the lack of oxygen suppression.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying not to get too political on here either.
Yeah,
Brandon,
I'll leave it at that. I'll leave that. Getting back
But
to
here's the
storage
thing:
units, though.
I'm going to do it anyway because I always go to the doctor. Whenever I only go to the doctor, I never get sick, but I do have to take a pill for my high blood pressure, and you can't buy it. You can get fentanyl anywhere you want, but you can't get your blood pressure medicine unless you go to the doctor. Okay,
Right.
My oxygen content is always 100% when I go into the doctor.
Right.
I'm getting mad now. But they made me sit in the waiting room with a freaking jock strap on my face. I got in there, and after years and years and years of being 100%, it was 99%.
I believe it. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
Just the time I was sitting there sucking my own exhaust and out and in and out and in and out. And how people can think that can help you over a 99% recoverable thing is beyond my comprehension. And that's that's probably why my sub count is low, because I talk about crap like that. It drives me nuts. Well, I'm sorry, I will change the subject, but I had to get that out.
Well, I was gonna mention to Brandon, me and you've talked about this in the past, Mark. The thing that cracks me up is you see people driving inside their car and they're
with masks,
they have a mask on.
Yeah. And I know a lot of that in California. When I was down there, I saw a lot of that there, and I couldn't but on a 115-degree day, try doing that. Jeez, man.
I can see somebody just passing out, man.
Right. But
which would be fine by the people. They've already been on record as stating, and you can go to Georgia and read this in the Georgia Guidestones or whatever the hell they are. They want the global population down to 500 million. And people can't read or comprehend that.
Yep. Yeah.
And the same people that are wanting this are the ones that want you to in your Are you feeling do you feel it now, man?
Yeah.
People are waking up.
They are. I think a lot of people are. Yeah, they really are. More so than not. So back from what it was 2 years ago, but yeah. And guys know the storage unit auction still, we're all live on these auctions now, which is kind of crazy, which I used to love doing the in person, and everything's gone live, which I think you guys were talking about earlier. Kind of everybody's asking about how you kind of get burnt in these units and all that. If you, when the cat's away, the mice will play, a lot, especially out here. So you're seeing a lot more of this, these auctions we're talking about where they're basically being fixed auctions. Things have been gone through. Pirate shows it a lot in his auctions lately, where the boxes are cut through, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's very common everywhere you go now because, everything's, online. So when a lot of times the managers will pop that door open, and I know this for a fact because I've been down at my own warehouse, I'll actually watch them open the door up and actually go inside the unit, take pictures, and then they're in there for like 20 minutes. They're not taking pictures for 20 minutes. They're obviously going in there doing what they have to do and looking for that one box. Pirate says this on his videos. He's exactly right. Is that in person, we never had this problem, because they couldn't cut that lock until we all got there. Now it's a free for all. So
I'm kind of like on the fence with live versus online auctions. Why? I like to be able to sit down, look at the unit, study them, blow up the pictures, plan. Like I can have my main target, okay?
Right.
My main storage auction target, and then I can have backup units, or maybe another unit I want to buy as well.
Right.
So I can actually, it's more tactical being online, but I miss the online or the live because it's so competitive. Because I got into this whole thing because of Storage Wars, Storage Hunters. Yeah. And I back in 2011, I've been buying these for 11 years. And to me, it was exciting to go one-on-one or one-on-20. Yep. And to me, that was a sport.
Exactly.
You get that?
It was. Yep. It was.
And
the problem, I was going to say, Mark, now the problem you have right now is that, and I just learned this from a very good friend of mine that runs a facility down the road, is the biggest problem they're having, people should know this in the chat, the biggest problem they're having with, at least in my area and some other areas is, and I did this in Oklahoma too, they had the same problem in Oklahoma, is that you're having the family members bid back on their unit to run the price up, hoping that it goes back on the stock and it gives them a little more time to get it back. So they're artificially raising it when they have no intention of paying for it. They pull the credit card back from the Storage Treasures or Locker Fox or StorageAuctions.net, whatever the case is. And they're basically pulling that card back when it ends. And so then they don't have anything to charge. There's always a backup bidder, but remember, it went so high that a backup bidder is not going to take that price. So that's another problem with the online auctions. Yeah.
There's another angle there too, because by law, they're supposed to give people the balance over and above the fees that they owed on the unit.
Yeah.
So somebody could technically get on there and bid it up so they could get a check
Very good point. Very good point.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. Very good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can build it up. If you can get you got a $500 or $600 debt to the
Yeah.
storage facility, and you can get your locker up into $2,000, you're going
Very
to get a
good
check
point.
over $1,000.
Yeah. And if you just dress it up nice enough, it looks, we know what the units are going for right now, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, maybe throw a gold chain on the floor, or, you know, some type of power tool, or
Put some jewelry boxes in there.
Exactly.
You know, stack
Right.
up empty boxes of good products,
Right.
put bricks in them so they push the weight in.
Right.
Stack a
It is
rubber
true.
duck up like this one. Now that looks real, doesn't it?
Right.
That's a rubber duck. It's still a nice little it's a
Yeah.
military training rifle from Vietnam War for Marines. It's got
Yep.
the exact same weight. I
Right.
believe it was an AR. I don't even remember, but my point is you can dress up these units and make them look fantastic, and when you get in there, they can be total crap.
Yeah.
Because I
They
bought
say
one.
you could put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig when the day ends. You know? So,
It's still a
yeah.
pig.
Yeah. But yeah, we see a lot of that out here. But yeah, it's but I mean, like I said, I mean, obviously, if you know when to back off, you may, like you guys have said, you've gone without a unit for a little while sometimes if you have to, rather than jump into something you know could be bad. You just got to be a little more cautious now, you know, when you bid.
Yeah.
With a lot of these sites. Yeah.
I think with me, I pretty much am the mogul of my little area here. You know, I try to go with it. I can type in a 5-mile radius and get good units here, and I know who to trust
Yep.
and who I don't trust. So I do good at extra space.
Yep.
I'm not real hip on public storage anymore. I don't.
I was going to say the same thing just now, but go ahead. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, see,
Yeah.
here's what I'm saying. All right, Brandon, when you go online on public storage, all right,
Yep.
every time in their description, it says boxes, bags, and totes. And I don't care if there's a box, bag, or a freaking tote in there. They don't
Yeah.
they'll put it anyway.
Right.
Do you see
Yeah.
that?
What I don't like their public storage is doing now, and I really cringe at this, is the new one they're doing where they're saying lots of potential for mystery items and tons of profit. How do you know? How do you know?
Yeah, they're not supposed to know that.
Exactly.
Have they been in there and looked at all of it, or what did they put in their pocket?
Right.
They're
Especially
not
when
even really supposed to walk in there. They're supposed to photograph the unit and
Yep.
shut the door.
Exactly. Yeah, but I see a lot of that in the public storage. Like you said, extra space has been great. The main one actually done really well at to this day is life storage. Yeah, life
Yeah,
storage.
We got
Yeah,
life
they've been
storage
good, really
here.
good. Yeah, they've been great. They've been great. So yeah, no
They used to
complaints
be
with them at
Uncle
all.
Bob's.
Was it really?
Yeah,
Wow.
around here, the Uncle Bob's turned to a life store. I don't think that might be the same thing that you're talking about, because it could have been just here. I don't know, but our Uncle Bob's was bought out by a life storage. So.
Yeah, they've been good here. They've been really good. I can trust them. They don't go through it, and I don't really. I mean, they have no desire to go through it. They could care less, you know. But it's PS. It's been tough, and U-Haul has been even tougher. So I don't touch U-Haul at all. So, you know, but I try to avoid places that do the dollar special. You know, where they give you that first month free for $1.
Yeah,
you're just setting yourself up for failure. I think at that point, a lot of times, 95 out of 100 are dump runs. So, you know.
Yeah, when you do the dollar special, here's a scenario right here. Okay, you're somebody that's got a whole box load full of trash. Okay.
Yeah.
Pull into U-Haul and rent a unit for a month for $1.
Yep.
Use a
Exactly.
fake identity. Better than going to the dump.
Exactly. And everything's online now. And I actually challenge this. I was going to do a video on it. I didn't do it, but I challenge this as like life storage or public storage and all the other ones. You can rent them online now. I'm sure you guys know. You can just go right online, and what they require is either a passport number or social security number, whatever. Well, nobody's going to use their social security number. You use a passport number. The last four is irrelevant because they can't tell. When you put that in there, you basically got a free rental for a month for $1. You put all your junk in there. Somebody bids on it, me, you know, whatever. And we're taking all this stuff for free, and we're paying for it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had that happen at U-Haul. I mean, I went over there the last time I bought there. I went when it was a live auction. There was U-Haul boxes stacked up really nice. All these U-Haul boxes in, like, I don't know, whatever the medium-sized box dimensions are. And there was like one piece of okay furniture in there with that and a couple of oddball items. Okay. It looked good enough. So I ended up getting it for $200.
Okay.
I started going through the boxes, Brandon. nothing but trash. It's like somebody swept it up, took
Exactly.
a dustpan and
You
dipped
got
it
it.
into the box, and then put
You got
tape
it.
on.
Yeah.
So
I've seen the
I
pine
think
needles.
that-
I've seen all the pine needles in the boxes and all that stuff. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
So,
let me
hey,
get
Brandon.
caught up here in this chat. I am about a year behind here, but this is such invigorating talk. I just had to just keep going. You either need, oh, sorry about that. Super Sport, the worst find we ever had was a baby's remain. Oh, good
Oh
Lord. That is,
geez. Yeah. That's Ugh.
had a tote, was full of baby clothes, looked at part of the tote, listed it for, oh, man, that is sad, man. Have you ever found, you found like remains in urns before, haven't you?
Well, that last video I just did the other day, if you guys watched it, I thought it was a human. It was, of course, it's a human body that remains, but it wasn't a full body because if you look at the box, it was about this big by this big. Now, obviously, if anybody's had anybody cremated, they know it's a lot bigger than that, and the weight was about a pound. Generally, a body once it's cremated, without getting morbid here, is like 5 or 6 pounds. So this is obviously a baby. So I looked at the date on the box, and it was 87 to 90. So yeah, and they left it right in the unit. They left it right in there. Yeah. No urn, nothing. No urn, just a box. Yeah. So
That is very sad.
yeah, very, very sad. That one got me on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I found more than that box. There was more remains in there besides that. Yeah.
Oh,
So
hell, I get
yeah.
sad when I find a cat cremated because I'm
I
a
know.
cat person. I've got
Yeah.
5 cats, man.
yeah,
I get
Yeah.
like really sad about that,
right.
So, hey, Brandon, have
Yeah.
you ever defaulted on your deposit?
Many a times, yes. And I'll tell you,
Yeah.
but Mark, I'm sure might have done the same thing. When I know a unit is fixed or staged and I start getting in there and I can tell this unit is not legitimate, I will do one of two things. Nowadays I'll contact Storage Treasures, which is generally the time it's been. And I'll say, look, I got pictures, I got videos, I do a YouTube channel. You can clearly tell this unit is not legit. Well, how do I know? A lot of times is, I find 15 different IDs from 15 different people. They're all kind of just thrown in there. And I'll tell them either you give me the deposit back or I walk away. And never once have I ever been suspended because they verified I was right. I said, look, here's what I always say. And I tell anybody this, go to them and say, show me the lien paperwork that this is a legitimate person you leaned against. And they can't do it. So I walked away. So yeah, I've lost it about 3 or 4 times. But it was better than taking a $500 dump run, to the dump.
Yeah.
But yeah, you always want to ask them, say, show me the lien paperwork because you got to legally lien against the person, actual person. If they can't do that, then there's a good chance it's a fake bin.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's good advice there. Let's see here. That was bad. Can't believe the owners left that in the locker.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just don't know the circumstances a lot of times. I don't understand why people pay years for trash. I've seen it.
Right. Yeah.
Makes no sense to me. Yeah, let me see. I've jumped. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, Miss Southern Belle. Hey, hello. How are you doing? There's Douglas again. Hey, Harry. How you doing, sir? We got some storage auction royalty here today. We got Brandon. Oh, come on, man. You're storage auction royalty to me because that's how, if it wasn't for guys like you that paved the way for this, I don't think I would have ever got into this. And I love this. This is like a passion of mine.
It's funny. We were all against it when it happened because we kind of knew the outcome is that here's the thing. We said, if we don't do it, somebody else will. So we knew the price would go through the roof, and they did, of course. And, everybody thought they could get rich doing this. You guys have all put your time in doing it. So it's not the reality, but the show's depicting a bit of a different, scenario. So when the day ended, we showed these portrayals of making $50,000 on a unit and that sort of thing. But the reality is, if you make a profit, you're doing good most of the time. But you're putting your hard work in. I mean, somebody like you, Mark, where I've seen some of the stuff you lift, this is not, and this is the hardest job you will ever do. This is a very, very difficult job for the most part. But there's gratification when you actually buy something for 100 and turn it over for 500. So there's that gratification there.
How is this not addictive?
Yeah. Especially waiting for the jewelry boxes and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of times they just don't come.
Yeah.
You gotta keep trying. It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
You just got to keep going.
I
tell people my age, Brandon. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But
go ahead.
I tell people my age, I said, you either keep doing stuff, you use it or lose it. I'm 66.
Exactly. I get
but
it.
I move
I get
all
it.
this furniture myself,
Yep. I get it. Yeah.
and it
And I tell
keeps
anybody
you,
this,
you know, makes your muscles
it's
tight.
it does. It really keeps the blood going. It's like a car. If you don't start it up every day, it's going to just die on you. And the thing is that this business is much like going to a casino. You're going to hit 10 slot machines that are just nothing. You're going to lose your money. You're going to hit one of them. It gives you a little bit of a jackpot. Sometimes a big jackpot. You just never know. But every slot machine is not going to pay out. That's just the reality. So,
Yeah.
But
I got to ask you this, Brandon.
Yeah.
There's only so much that I know you can say about this because you probably got things you cannot say about storage hunters.
Oh, I can say whatever I want now.
Okay, well, all right, let's back up to the unit where you were going up against the boys from Alabama, the two big boys from Alabama for the Tesla.
Yeah. Yes.
How do you? Okay. How do I put this? How do they bid $40,000 on a unit and get wristbands and one of them has a Tesla in it?
Well, two reasons. The production company or the network, True TV, paid us very, very well. Some of us very, 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 very well. So I mean, the money you were allowed, kind of much like Storage Wars, you were allowed to use your income you were allowed to use your income before you got paid to buy stuff you wanted to buy. So if they knew you were good for that 40,000, then they would advance that money, and then basically it was just a wash, whatever you got, or if you got a profit, it was yours. But they would advance that money just like FJ was, before bidding. They were given basically an opportunity to use whatever they had coming to them the following week or that week for pay, because we all got paid a salary to be on the show. Some a lot higher than others. If you were the main person, you got a very good salary. If you were, they were kind of what they call consistent characters. They got paid a decent salary as well. So yeah, they were allowed to use that money that was advanced to them for that unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed you got in some really good, fun scuffles in that show too, man.
And that particular one, that scene you're talking about, I actually went to the production that day and told them, I said, look, some of that stuff is encouraged and it's enhanced. But I told them that day, I said, I wasn't feeling well that day. And I said, I'm just not in the mood to have anything happen. Can you please just make sure? It still happened anyway, so the magic of TV, they went ahead and did it anyway. And, you go up against a 350-pound guy. He's a big guy. Both of them were, they were big, and a lot taller, and there's not much you can do, so it was a melee of sorts, but it definitely was memorable because that was the scene that they actually snapped my arm in half. That people didn't see it. And the after scene, when it drove away the Tesla, my arm is actually snapped in half at that point. He stepped on it.
God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, and the pain, I can't tell you how bad the pain was. It was indescribable. But I remember taking my arm like this, it would just drop.
Oh my God. So was it broken?
So it was broken down at the elbow, and then they actually tore the whole rotator cuff out. Yeah.
Man.
Holy crap.
And that was a bad one. That hurt. Yeah. So it was the WWF of shows, as I say.
And there was another episode where the dude with the sideburns, I forget.
Jesse.
Jesse. Yeah, I think you two got into it over something, and then wound up slamming into a locker, and then the security came over and broke it up, and then he came around and tried to get you again or something.
Yeah, because what happens with those shows a lot of times, this is the same thing that happened with Storage Wars too. Is that it's actually kind of sad. Is people get very big headed. We all do, and so everybody thinks they're the best of the best of the best, and so what happens is that everybody gets very prima donna-ish. And in this case, it was at that point in the following or second or third season where everybody just thought they were the king of everything, or queen of everything, and so that kind of just went that way. And Storage Wars is no different. Most of those shows ended very sadly. Like the Storage Wars, I don't think there's a person on there that hasn't had some type of horrible consequence. Dave Hester, I talked to him recently. He had a massive stroke, about 2 years ago. Brandy and Jared are no longer. I mean, everything is always progressive with these type of shows, unfortunately. But it's the reality,
Yeah,
So,
and
Dan
Mark
Dotson,
Palelo, I remember I had talked to him in a chat on one of those chats, and then 2 days later he was gone.
Yeah, well, remember Dan Dotson had the aneurysm, you remember
that? We thought he was going, but then he made it through it.
Yeah, 4% chance he made it. So yeah, that's the problem with a lot of things in life that we do is, we always got to look at the consequences of what we do, and of course, going back in hindsight, I would have never done it, but. It is what it is. You can't change it. But yeah, I mean, they were fun when it happened. It just wasn't fun to have that type of stuff happen, with the altercations were a little too over the top, in my opinion. But they were real. Everything was real there. That was all real. Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, I noticed when you guys got in the Tesla and drove up, I didn't notice your arm was jacked
look
up.
at it again. If you watch that again, you'll see it. Yeah, you'll see the arm. I'm actually driving at that point with my left arm, and I can't put the gear shift because it's an electric car. I can't put the little thing selector and drive because I can't. Or it was actually this arm. I can't move this arm
Well, you
at that time.
pulled it off pretty good. One thing I did notice
Yeah.
about that thing that they had that Tesla nice and washed up really clean, man. It looked
Yeah,
like it just got through a car wash.
Well, pre-production, a lot of times in those cases, they know what's in there, of course, ahead of time, so they already know. But
Yeah.
what they'll do is they'll make it nice and pretty, basically just for the camera. That may have been something that was shot 4 or 5 hours after the fact, and then when you pull away, which at that time is nighttime, they've already kind of made sure it's charged up and that sort of thing. Yeah.
That's awesome. I always wanted to ask you kind of stuff like that, and that's really interesting. Hey, King George, welcome in, or thanks for coming in. Let me get caught up here a second. It's here. If I get a chance, I'll pop in your live today or next week. Oh, it's just talking to somebody else.
Right.
Sorry, Glenn. I've been kind of ignoring you up there, buddy.
That's all right. I'm checking the chats also.
Yeah, I feel like I've ignored everybody, but it's just first time I've got to talk to Brandon, and I'm having a good time doing it. So
Yeah,
sorry
Jeebus
about
has
that.
gotten Jeebus got a lot of good lockers lately. You know, again, it's all territorial, and I think he's out in Virginia now, and it's a good market out there, real good market, you know, of supply. So
yeah, I think
yeah,
what
he's been
really
doing good.
helps him, he's makes some of the best thumbnails.
Oh gosh, yeah, and I'm the horrible of it. I mean, I'm the guy that just puts in, you know, found. So yeah.
I think the whole key to these videos is having the proper thumbnail at the right time. You know,
it is. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a small channel, but I did have one viral video. I bought a storage unit for $28.50 in Louisville in a live storage auction full of guns.
Right.
And I made a really good thumbnail to go with it. I got the door kind of halfway open. I got my mouth like, you know, like the big old faces you put on these. I've got 161,000 views. To Jeebus,
really?
That's normal.
Wow, that's really good. Really good. Seriously, really good. Wow.
161,000 views, and I think $700 in ad revenue on it, and that's
not bad at all. Wow.
That's coming from a guy with 2,000 subscribers. So I mean, I'm still really trying to grow this daggone thing. And
you know, this funny with YouTube is they say this is that it's just overnight sometimes. I mean, I talked to a guy that I don't want to mention the name because we do watch him, but he was actually struggling to pay his rent, and he had one video go viral. He'd start out the channel. He's having tough times, couldn't find a real good locker, and this video did 2.2 mil within about 2 months. And on that following month, he was going to get evicted, and he actually YouTube paid him $9,000, and he got it back on track. That's the truth.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
just
great,
like that overnight.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I know this one guy that has 200 subscribers that he did a video that went totally viral. Yeah. Well over 1 million views, but he didn't have it monetized because he couldn't get monetized yet. He ate a Carolina Reaper, and he named the video "Idiot Does Carolina Reaper." Instantly regrets. I mean, it went viral, but he didn't get a freaking penny out of it.
It's funny you mentioned that. I have a friend of mine. She had a niece, and she put up a simple video. It's actually nothing supposed to be more than just a memory of her niece kind of having fun with this alligator game that where basically the kids put their hand there and the plastic alligator kind of goes like this, you know, no harm or anything. She put up niece gets bit by alligator. I swear to you, you can look it up. And that video did 238 million. Here's the problem. She was not monetized like you said, but YouTube said it had she been monetized, it would have been over $1 million. I know. I don't like to tell that story, but it's the truth.
You know what? Doesn't even involve me, and it makes me a little nauseous.
I know. And and it's funny because there's actually ads on there, but she doesn't get paid for a dime of it, and she's
not getting anything.
Nothing at all, nothing. Yeah, okay. But yeah, it says child got bit by alligator. It's a plastic, you know, little game. You like the Hungry Hippo game.
It just takes that one little thing.
It's, you
that's
know,
why you got to get your channel at least to 1,000. Get your ass monetized, and you just never know how this is going to go.
Yeah,
you
can't give up either. You got to keep. Like I noticed, like with Glenn and Joy, and you guys are aggressive about it. You keep going. You never quit. And that's the problem with YouTube is a lot of people give up and they quit because they get discouraged. Things don't happen overnight for most. There's channels out there that are promoted by bigger channels that it does work well. But for the most part, it could take you years before you ever get to that level where all of a sudden one day you're making that 5, 6, 7,000 a month. But you know, quitting at YouTube is just kind of just throwing everything away that you've done, you know, so. Yeah.
You just have to keep grinding at it, you know.
You do, and remember too with the videos with YouTube is that even though you may see one channel, you kind of scratch your head and you go, "How does this guy that gets 3,000 views average on a video making 10,000 a month?" Because he has up 5,000 videos, so it's a catalog. So
Right.
if you combine all those videos together, everybody's watching it at some point or another during the day. It's always instant revenue guaranteed all the time.
Right.
So yeah, so it's all about quantity, so much not quality.
I'm not going to give up.
sometimes.
I'm just going to keep doing it because I enjoy it anyway. So why not?
Yep, exactly. And you got that immortalized memory too when you look at it that way, So it's always there on YouTube.
Yeah, that's true, man.
So, yeah.
So I'm just like trying, and Glenn's trying. Just like I told him, I said I'm never going to give up. I'm just going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep buying storage units. I'm going to just keep doing it, and we'll see what happens. I'm always looking for an angle in these videos, though, Brandon. I try to do things that nobody else does.
Right.
I try to do things like the other day. I put out a video about what do you do in an auction when you don't sell an item.
Yep.
Did you see that little clip? Well,
I did. Right.
When I do my editing, I enjoy editing video. I don't know if most people enjoy it or not, but I love going in there, and I like to watch my own video before I put it out. I like to be able to laugh at it at least once in the video.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I feel like I've told some people, I said, you need to watch your videos before you put them up. They're like, oh, I don't want to watch that. Well, if you feel that way about it, why does anybody else want to watch it?
It's true, though. It is true. I mean, because I think what it boils down with videos is that one of the problems I've always had, too, back in the day was I used to have this really bad habit of being too serious and kind of just showing every angle. And I realized when people come home from work, they want to laugh. They want to be positive. They don't want any type of you can get away with doing a video where, you say that the store facility screwed you over once or twice a month. But when you're doing it every day or I lost out on this one, you got to have those peaks and valleys, just like TV.
Right.
You got to have the lows and the highs. And if you don't have that, people just stop watching, I think, when the day ends. That's my opinion. But I've done the research on it. I think what seems to sell really well is it's a double-edged sword, though, too. If you say every day you found gold in a jewelry bin or gold in a storage unit, you're going to lose subscribers that way, too, because nobody can be that lucky. And we're all struggling right now, kind of just make ends meet. We don't want to see that guy finding gold in every single unit.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean, because when I got that really good locker in January, I had already found gold in a locker, and I found gold after that. Glenn remembers. I even considered not even mentioning it at one point.
I've done the same thing. I've done it. I know. I've been kind of reserved.
It was like, what do I do? I mean, they're not going to believe this. I didn't believe it. I'm like, I'm looking at this. I'm like, no.
And then you get the comments fake, planted. Yeah.
I thought, screw it. I'm just going to, this is what happened. I'm putting it out there. I don't care,
Yeah.
That's how I approach it.
I don't think Brandon knows this. Mark. Joy and I used to have a thrift store. And And I don't know if you guys, either one of you, used to watch the show Hardcore Pawn.
Yes.
Well, our store was kind of like that. If we would have been doing YouTube back then, I think it would have.
Holy cow! Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would have through the roof, because obviously, with like you're saying, Glenn, with the YouTube, the algorithm, they love extra people in there. And then one of the problems is that it's really hard to grow faster and grow at a steady pace by just doing it yourself. You got to have those extra elements in there. So you talk about like with Hardcore Pawn, you have all these other elements of chaos, and it just sells really well. It just does well, But yeah, I know. I think we all say that there's something we've done in our life where if we could have filmed it, it would have been viral, And
I'll give you guys a good example. Joy used to set stuff out in front of the store, so it'd be an eye catcher. So when people would drive by, and they would come in the store. And we purchased this locker. This guy had 3 lockers that he let go. He used to be a teacher at a college, and he lost everything. So I was gone doing something, and Joy had set some stuff out in front of the store, and she said, "Hey, this guy Mario's here, and he wants all of his stuff back." And I said, "Who's Mario?" And she said, "Oh, he's the last locker that we picked up a month ago." So I drive there. Get there, and I said, "Hey, man, you got to leave." And he says he's not going to leave. And Joy's on the phone with the police in the meantime. And the cops come and they tell him, "You got to go." And they said, "Well, he said he wants to buy his stuff back." And I said, "No, I don't want anything to do with him. Tell him to leave." So anyway, they got rid of him. But long story short, the next night we get a phone call from the alarm company, and somebody had broken the front window out, and we think it was probably this guy. But we had a lot of incidents like that. We had people come in and try clothes on right out in the middle of the store. And
Really?
I mean, it would have been made for good video if we'd been doing.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
Wow. Look at this. I have to touch on this. Super Spar says, my crane operator's daughter works at Public Storage. She has told me they go through all the units because they can't
correct.
sell guns. What a trash excuse. Well, that's
Exactly.
right, because that is a trash excuse, because that big unit I was talking about full of guns that I bought was at Public Storage. So that's bull. That's bull. They would, I hate it.
Well, depending on where they're at, though, Mark, they have a valid point, because I know out here at Public Storage, they even admitted to me they do go through it because they want. You ready for this one? They say they legally can't give away anything with a VIN number, motorcycle, mini bike, car, anything. So they say they have to dig back on the bigger bins to make sure there's no vehicle in there. Believe it or not. Yeah.
All right.
Which
Here's
is crazy.
the thing, Brandon. Let's say they dig back there. They push everybody if their stuff aside. They do this and that, and then the people pay up on it.
They have a legal right
How
to.
would
So
you
here's how
feel
it
if
works.
somebody went in there on your locker and you paid late and they go through and rifle through your shit? That
Well, I
ain't
know
right.
the age-old question everybody's asked is that does a facility actually have a legal right to go through the unit? Here's where it gets a little crazy. They actually do. Because remember, when they actually take possession of that locker, legally, it gives them full control and rights over that locker. So when they pop that lock off, I know it's not right with what we're talking about, and I don't agree with it, but they legally have a right to go through that unit because they've taken custody of it. They now have custody of that unit because they've done it through the
But they don't have a right to take anything out of the unit, do they?
They believe it or not, after 90 days, at least in Nevada and California, I think California's the same way. It actually gives the facility a legal entity right to actually go through there and take whatever they want to secure their loss. Believe it or not.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep. Yeah.
So if they find about 8 50-gallon drums of toxic waste, they'll be sure to take it out and remove it properly. I'm sure.
Right. Well, they legally can. Though. Yeah. So, yeah. It's crazy business, you know?
Yeah. Wow. King George. What state? Yeah. What state? I think he said he's in Nevada. You're in Nevada, right? I think King George is asking you what state you're in, Brandon. I think.
Oh, no, I think she's asking Super Spar because he was talking about his thing. I'm in Nevada, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry
Super
about
Spar.
that, Terry. Who's the guest on? Harry, this is Brandon from, you might remember him from the show Storage Hunters. He also has a YouTube channel called Brando Marlin, which when I first saw that name, I thought of Marlon Brando.
That was the whole point. That was the whole point of it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was trying to get away from the whole, I'll tell you why I did it. I did it merely because I didn't want to isolate myself just to auctions. I wanted to do pawn shops. I wanted to do estate sales. I want to do all that stuff. So when I did it, I wanted to kind of have that. I wanted to kind of have the ability to do everything instead of just locking myself in the storage units. Because we know right now you can't conceivably put out a unit every day. It's not possible. It's just not.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to kind of do other things, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing lately.
Put out a lot of locker videos. You do a good job of getting them out there. You're cranking out quite a few. I've been watching a lot of your videos.
Yeah,
you're getting them out there.
I'm not getting any younger. It's, you know how this, you get older, it gets hard, man. It gets hard.
Well, you know what I just said. You use it or lose it.
It's true, though. It's true.
It's true, man.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just going to keep doing this until I drop, man.
I say the same thing, but, you know, at some point I don't know. I like the ability to make money and flip money. I just always, it doesn't matter how much you have. It's just fun to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more like the money's just a way of keeping score.
Yeah, it's just gratification when the day ends. You know, that's what I like about it. So, yeah.
Keeps lead in your pencil, as Harry says.
You might be right on that, actually. You might be right on that.
Yeah. Hey, Georgia Picker, how you doing, sir? Good to see you here. I know that was probably a year ago when you posted this, but I'm trying to get caught up. I've been excited. I saw Brandon come in today, and I've just been talking and talking and talking. It's been great talking to him.
Yes, you guys are great. It's fun.
And then we got Silver Hair Stacker. He's a stacker like myself. he was monetized 3 months ago. So far he's earned $8. Yeah, well, that's gonna happen,
geez.
man.
It's going to happen. Yeah, exactly. Definitely
Until you get that video that goes viral, which I've put out 400 videos and I've had one go viral.
It's still good though, Mark. I mean, obviously, I think the algorithm supports you. You get that one, and then it kind of goes from 2 to 5. They always say it's exponential. It just takes time. Yeah.
Well, it gave me enough motivation. I mean, I know it can happen now.
Right.
To me, that's all I needed, and I know now that the next time I see a locker full of guns, it's mine. I don't care what.
Yeah.
Well, I do.
Yeah, I always
but
get a
you
lot.
my drift.
I get a lot of hell in the gun ones. I find a lot of guns, obviously, being in Nevada. And the thing is, of course, I get the mixed crowd. A lot of people supportive, but then I got the ones that are telling me I need to destroy it and take it to the police department. I mean, out here in Nevada, we find a gun. We find a gun and we can legally keep it. I know California's a bit different, but in Nevada, if I find a gun in a unit, I can legally keep it without registering it or anything. It's mine. It's mine.
Same here in Kentucky.
I have a cache of weapons. I mean, just because I find them all the time, Yeah. So
I've got, I think four gun safes full of them just from locker guns. I kind of collect them. I have sold a few. Just a few,
the worst one I ever bought, and I know you guys probably know more about this just because I don't know this caliber. This guy never used it, but I love the gun. But here's the problem: I got a 25, and I cannot get ammunition for it. So I discounted those things. It just sits there, but it's a beautiful piece. But
a 25.
Can't get it anywhere. You got to order online. It's all been discontinued years ago. Yeah,
I have a little bit of it. I have a little bit of 25, just very little though. I found
if you saw what they're charging over $100 for 20 rounds of this stuff. It's crazy online. Yeah,
I wouldn't even want to practice shooting at that.
That's my point exactly. Right. I just go down to my local store and get 38 special. I don't care.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's overabundant out here. Everybody leaves them in the units, so but.
Wow. That's
I have that thing in Oklahoma. Oklahoma's the same way. I mean, geez, in Oklahoma, it's funny what you find out there, but I love Oklahoma. I really do. But the problem is that, again, it's much like you got to know what you're buying out there because, and this is not a bad thing, but there's a lot of areas that are very impoverished, so you don't have that, the income level might be $24,000 a year. So you have to understand, what do you expect to find it when they have a $24,000 a year income? You got to be careful where you buy at. That's the problem. So I did good there though. I did. Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody wanting a link to your channel. Glenn, can you don't know how to drop a link. Hang on a second. Let me see.
I got a hard to turn this iPad on.
Hang on. I think I can do this. Maybe we can get you a few subs here.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it much.
Let's see. Brando Marlon. I'm typing that into the.
Are you guys still buying units out there, Glenn, or in California?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Are you guys still buying the units out there in California? Or have you guys had any luck buying them?
We are. We just, the last couple of months, everything's been either going sky too high or it's crap. So we've kind of ventured out and we've been going to thrift stores and
same here.
Yard sales and buying things and showing how much we purchased the items for and how much we sold them for. And we've been doing pretty good at it, but we're looking at a couple online right now that we might be picking up next week.
Yeah, that's been the problem. I'm sure.
So if anybody here, please go to Brandon's link and subscribe to Brando Marlin.
I appreciate it.
And the link is in the chat.
Yeah, I know. Like where Mark's at, it seems like the units they go pretty moderate, pretty mid range, moderate mid range thereabouts. They're decent units, we are at, and I kind of like that whole Midwest, pricing. It seems like you get a few that go a little high, but the ones you get, the pricing is right where they should be at. So
it's not real bad. I mean, every now and then I get some really good deals. Like just a week or so ago, I paid $200 for this locker that had a $2,000 Fuel-X Trek. Fuel-X.
Oh, geez, really? Right.
For $200, and I sold the books that were in boxes there for $500. So I've still got a $2,000 mountain bike out there for $200. And here's the thing, Brandon, the bike was sitting out in front of the unit.
Yeah. And
the trick was it didn't have the wheel on it, but the wheel was sitting in right next to it.
See that?
Wow.
I think he just took the wheel off to put it in his little vehicle to put it in there. The guy was a professional chef. And I got all these books that were sets of books, professional. They were signed and everything, some of them.
Yeah.
I ended up selling. So every now and then I get a really good deal like that.
Yeah,
Wow.
see that storage unit here in California would probably go for anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500.
Yes. Yeah. Glenn's right. That's what they go for. Once they see the bike, it's going to go through the roof. Yeah, he's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have gone to at least half the value of that bike, at least.
Well, you got to understand too. At least where I was in California, one of the problems we had was the units were going above and beyond the actual price of what they should have, even in person, was because they had a lot of laundering of money out there.
Right.
People were laundering money that way. So down towards like where I was at, San Fernando Valley, Santa Clarita, and those areas, you had a lot of that going on. So you kind of scratch your head and go, "Wow, why are they paying $10,000 for this unit that's worth maybe $3,000? It's a way to launder money." And they actually had a big sting on it. They caught a lot of them that did it. So it's a little different now. But yeah, 10 years ago, that was very common to do it that way. I won't say names because I value my life. So, but yeah, it was pretty common. Yeah. But California is notorious for units going way above and beyond what they should. It's true, but they are good units. I'm sure Glenn can say this. They are really good units, though. I mean, everyone I bought in California has been great. It's been great. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just jealous as hell. It's like Mike Storage Pirate. He gets some of the back to back to the units that I was talking about that I got in January. I see one of those in a blue moon. He seems to run into these things like every other week.
Yeah, you know what they say, you get what you pay for, though. I mean, same as me, you or anybody. It's what it boils down to. You lay that money down, and you're paying that much. There's got to be something that a little background on, with that. So, yeah. But, so it's one of those things where I don't really ever. I'm not jealous of Pirate because I think he's great, but I obviously when he's spending $10,000. He's going to get what he pays for most of the time, which is good. Yeah, it's good.
I think jealous is a wrong word, but
without a doubt. Yeah.
I just wish I could find more of those because I don't mind paying up for a really good unit. I really don't. I don't want to have to pay up, but I don't mind paying up. I'll just put the money down. If you want it, you got to pay to play.
I mean, if a unit came along that was worth $20,000, I mean, I could just go to Louis the Loan Shark and I'll make up the money and pay him. No, I'm just joking, but there's. No, but obviously there's always a way to get the money if you thought it was worth it. You know what I mean? So yeah, obviously. So, but the units
There you go. Look, got your sub right there.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there you go.
Appreciate that.
That's how you do it right there, man. We all band together and then we grow. That's
absolutely. Yeah, I appreciate it. I do.
We started this show with Glenn, and this has been I was really kind of nervous about going live at first, and then I got with Glenn, and then we've been doing this now. I love it. I absolutely love doing this.
Well, I remember when Glenn I thought was a different name because I watched his videos long ago because I saw him through your channel, and I see him in the comments, and I watched him and his wife, and I thought they were good. I mean, like they were realistic about it. Everything he was buying was a realistic video, which is what I appreciated about it. It wasn't this hoopla of and there's nothing wrong with that, but I just thought it was a realistic approach, and it was a very positive. It wasn't negative, and he just kind of said, "Look, I paid this much. We're going to make this back." And it wasn't, he wasn't saying, that this cup here was worth $15,000.
Right.
So yeah.
And there were times we had lockers when we didn't make our money back, and reality of it,
Right.
It happens.
Yeah.
It freaking happens, man. I got to show you this. We don't have a lot more time today, but I want to show you something that maybe you've seen it. And some people say, Mark, what did you do that for? I think Glenn knows what's coming. Let's see, is that it? I gotta find this. Oh my God, I've already put it out there. I gotta find this. Oh,
what's the furthest you've ever traveled, Brandon, to get a locker?
I did one. I was in Oklahoma, and it was just going through a drought. I traveled out to down to Texas. I said down to Texas, down to the lower part of it, Odessa, Texas, which is about 750 miles. But the unit was $20, and I clearly saw at least 3,000 in front of it. Right there, just nobody wanted to go there. But yeah, definitely, and it was worth. In the end, it was worth it. It was worth it. It was
cool. Yeah. We've traveled as far as 2 hours.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, it's still a hike, but yeah, it's still it's a distance. Yeah, And California's vast like that anyway. Gosh, it's so big, you know. You could travel 7 hours and still be in the same state, you know. But
What the hell? Keep him talking, Glenn. I'm still looking.
okay.
Yeah, we're actually in Bakersfield, California. I don't know if you know where that's at.
I know exactly where it's at. I got family up there. Yeah.
Oh, do you? Yeah, we've traveled to Santa Maria, as far as Santa Maria, to get a locker before.
Santa Maria is very nice. Lompo and all that area. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, real nice down there. Of course, you guys kind of got the best of both worlds. If you want to do from Bakersfield, you could be in the Bay Area in a couple hours. I think.
Yeah.
3 hours.
Oh, yeah. A couple hours. Yeah.
Yeah. And Bakersfield back down to California, where I'm at Castaic and all that, or Santa Clarita, was about 2 hours going down the Grapevine, right?
Right.
Yeah, something like that. So you kind of get the best of both worlds up there. Of course, the heat is like Vegas, I know, I'm sure, but
it's crazy.
It gets hot. Yeah, it gets hot. But
I
know.
We purchased a locker in Santa Maria one time, and it was a 10 by 20. And so we rented a U-Haul, and the biggest U-Haul they had. And when we got there, we got everything packed into it. It took me 4 hours to get it loaded up.
Oh, jeez.
Because I'm by myself.
Right. That's a big unit. Jeez.
And I got it all in there, and the last thing that wouldn't fit was a dresser, and there's particle board, so I just busted it all.
Just broke it up, right?
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find that clip. But have you ever gotten mad and this is just a real quickie, like 3 seconds, and done something like this?
How about this crap? How about this crap?
And that when you guys were watching that unit where I actually did get upset, you got to remember though, I'll prep everybody for this. It was 112 out, and inside those units about 125. So I got to the point where you only can find so many VHS tapes, and you've had enough.
Yeah,
they're in every box, and I mean we know VHS tapes in reality don't have a lot of value; they have no value. So I just threw it against the wall of the unit. I had enough, and you're pouring sweat. You just had enough. Either you're going to drop and every box that you think is going to be something not VHS tapes is VHS tapes. It was a great unit, don't get me wrong, but I can only find so many VHS tapes without getting upset. And I just tossed it. Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah. It's going to be in this video. I'm going to put it in the video. Yeah, I'm going to put it in there. Yeah.
Do that, man.
Yeah.
Is that coming up? Tell us when that one's coming out.
That one's coming up today. Yeah, today.
Oh,
yeah, I just had enough. It's enough.
In there?
It's in there. Yeah.
Oh,
well, I haven't released it today, but it'll be released later on. Yeah. So
sweet, man.
You get that sweat just pouring, and you just had enough. You can't take
your eyes are burning. You're getting it in your.
Oh my gosh! Yes. It's exactly.
I was going to ask you, Brandon, what's the worst injury you ever had? But I think probably getting your arm broke was probably it, huh?
Yeah, that one, and during the show, I had the arm broken, I had the ankle broken, I had concussions. Oh gosh, my kneecap is dislocated. It ranged for every fight seemed to have a toll. It took on me. Of course, I'm paying the price now. Years later, I'm paying the price. But
you get older.
My knees hurt me pretty bad now. But it was all in good fun.
You almost hurt your toe the other day, didn't you? Remember when you put that file cabinet over and it slid down and landed in front of
it nearly hit it, but it didn't get it. It did not get it. But on today's video, this one I did cut myself again. You ever do those particle board dressers and they got the nails sticking out?
Yeah.
And it scraped right against the leg. Blood everywhere. You just can't get any worse luck than that. So. Yeah. And every time I did it was twice.
I grabbed a bag of stuff one time and jabbed myself with a needle.
Oh, jeez.
Man.
Yeah.
The worst
thing
was
a diabetic needle though, but it was spooky at the time. That's been about a year ago.
Yeah, the worst thing I ever happened, I think I mentioned this to Mark before. Me and Joy went out of town to get a storage locker, and it was hot that day, and I was just hurrying up trying to get the crap loaded. And I picked up this dining room table, and the legs were folded inside of it, and I didn't notice that. And I picked the table up like this.
Not the fingers.
No, it swung down and hit me right between the eyes and busted my head wide open.
Oh gosh,
blood and all, man. Yeah, and you put that in the video, you'd have probably got it demonetized if you were monetized. When you show blood.
That's why I told Joy. I said you should have been videoing at that time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, you get the sensitive ones that say, "Oh my gosh, it's too scary," or not. I don't go there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
you know, snowflakes will melt. That happens.
Yeah, there's always interest in this business. There is. I mean, there's just no way around it. But you know, like I said, the 10 by 20s used to love buying, but as you get older, you know, 30, 35, I can do them all day long. But now, you know, it's tough. The 10 by 20s are you're doing by yourself. You guys know this. It's a lot of work. I don't care if they're neatly packed boxes. You want to go through it to film it. It's a 5-day process any which way you do it. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I bought one recently through Storage Express where they don't let you rent the unit. But
Right.
they did give me 4 days. I bought a packed 10 by 20 in another
Wow.
town. It was like 20 miles away.
Yeah.
And all I have is a minivan. Okay.
Yep.
4 days I had to get it out of there. It was all furniture. And I got it done by myself, 66 years old in a minivan.
Wow.
Each day I took what I considered to be 1/4 of that unit. And I just worked each day.
Right.
And I got her done. And that was really satisfying to me, you know, just to get it done.
Well, it's funny you say, because I had a guy, I don't know if you guys remember, I found that Stride Rider bike at one of the units about a week ago. Really amazing bike. It's one of those ones you kind of ski with, like an elliptical, but you actually go on the road with it. And they're worth about $2,000. It was a great unit. And I put it on OfferUp. Or no, I'm sorry, I put it on eBay, actually. It was on eBay. And the guy actually hit the buy it now. He came out. He was 70 years old. Good shape for his age. He's a former military. And he kept getting on the bike, though, and falling right on the ground. And I'm thinking, it's a liability here at some point on me. But he came out and he said, would you mind fixing the front brake? And because I guess I didn't realize one of the knobs was missing to actually his attention. And so I went to my buddy, he gave me the knob, we put it back on. He came back out the next day, and he gets on there again. He keeps falling right off this elliptical, falling off it because it's like a balance thing, you know. And I said, "You gonna be okay on this?" I mean, I'm getting a little worried. And the guy actually told me when he left, it's kind of sad. He said, "Look, I live my life because I need to get back in shape. The wife keeps pushing me because he said I'm getting a stomach, which I thought was kind of messed up, but whatever." And he says, "But if I get hit by a car, I fall off it. It is what it is." He has his attitude in life, but it was just kind of funny though. He kept getting on this thing 4 or 5 times. He tipped right over on it because you got to be balanced to do this thing. And he would just tip right over on the asphalt and get right back up, brush himself off. And I said, "Yeah, there's a learning look." Yeah, but this guy was a tough guy. He's former military, 20 years. I think he was just below a Navy SEAL. I mean, yeah, the guy was something else. But I just never get that. I said, "Why do you want this anyway?" He says, "Well, the wife said he needs to get something to lose the stomach." And I'm thinking.
Hey, I feel for him because I don't want to get a freaking gut.
I know, I get it. Yeah, I get it. And
You know?
I think at some point in life, there's no way you can prevent it. It's there, you know. But
well, you can try. You know, that's why I buy these. That's one reason why I buy these things is to stay in shape, and you know, you got to keep your mind sharp. You know, you can't just sit back and watch TV.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I know.
that's nothing. I don't want that.
You know, one of the things I actually do, and I don't do too much now, but I used to stay in shape. One of the things I used to do, people laughed at, was I would wrap myself up in rubber and tape myself around in rubber. And what it did was it pretty much you can instantly lose that weight and turn into muscle pretty quickly because the rubber kind of just acts as an insulation around your whole body. I mean, you're going to look like an idiot going out there in the real world doing it, but it actually works, you know. And so I guess there are ways you can kind of combat that up to a certain age, but it does work, though. It really does. But I think, like you said, storage unit auction buying, you don't really see a lot of guys out of shape doing this, you know?
No.
Because it keeps you in shape. You just don't.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. You know, that's how I want to, you know, I'm going to be belligerent to the aging process all the while knowing, you know, there's only so far you can go, but that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I aim to be the oldest YouTuber oldest one on YouTube someday. Well, you got to have goals whether you reach them or not.
Yeah, right. No, I agree. Yeah, it does. I think if anything, you keep doing this, like you said, it keeps the blood going. It's like I said, it's with a car. I mean, if you start that car up every day, it'll run, but you stop starting it up, the battery goes.
Yeah.
You know, you need to change the oil, all that good stuff. So, yeah.
Exactly.
So.
All right. Well, we're kind of running near the end of the show.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We go to about 1:30, but I had you on today, and I'm really excited. And I want to thank you, Brandon, for coming on. And I just want to let you know you've got an open invitation to drop in.
Hey, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Glenn. And
thank you, Brandon.
But yeah, appreciate
anytime
it.
you want. And I want to thank everybody in the chat, and also apologize that I was not getting to the chat very well today, and I'm sorry. But we had a really special guest on today, and I wanted to focus on that. And Glenn,
I
I want to
appreciate
thank you. It was great. And I'm going to go back and watch this show again to see how it went, man, because I liked it.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And I'm going to say, everybody keep stacking. And I'm going to leave you with the best intro that I had this professionally made. And I think this is the best intro outro on YouTube. And when I finally get to it, it's going to, Glenn will tell you, part of the charm of this show is me looking for it, and I found it. So thanks again, Brandon, Glenn, and chat. I love all you guys. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll see ya.